An American health expert said that 1/4 of the role of dinner is to sustain life and 3/4 to maintain doctor's income. The latest research by scientists has found that one of the causes of many diseases is from bad eating habits at night. If you eat the wrong dinner, many of the following diseases will be found. 1. Dinner and obesity. According to statistics, 90% of obese people eat too much and eat too much at dinner, coupled with low activity at night, low energy consumption, excess calories under the action of insulin to synthesize a large amount of fat, accumulate over time, and obesity is formed. Many friends who are dieting and losing weight in their lives often overlook the importance of dieting for dinner. They do not eat breakfast and lunch, but eat a large meal at night, so that their bodies become more and more fat. 2. Dinner and diabetes. Long-term dinner fullness often stimulates a large amount of insulin secretion, which can easily cause the islet burden to increase, accelerate aging, and then induce diabetes. At the same time, obesity can cause diabetes. 3. Dinner and bowel cancer. If you eat too much at dinner, protein foods cannot be completely digested, and toxic substances are produced under the action of intestinal bacteria. Coupled with a small amount of activity and entering sleep, the intestinal wall moves slowly and prolongs the toxic substances staying in the intestine. The time increases the risk of bowel cancer. 4. Dinner and urinary tract stones. The peak period of calcium excretion in the human body is 4 or 5 hours after dinner. If dinner is too late, when the peak period of calcium excretion comes, it usually enters sleep. Therefore, the urine stays in the ureters such as the ureter, bladder, and urethra, and cannot be excreted in time. As a result, the calcium in the urine continuously increases, it is easy to deposit and form crystals, and long-term accumulation is easy to form stones. 5. Dinner and hyperlipidemia. If dinner is used, high-protein, high-fat, high-calorie eating methods will stimulate the liver to produce low-density and very low-density lipoproteins, thereby forming hyperlipidemia. 6. Dinner and hypertension. If the content of dinner is partial, and the blood flow slows down during sleep, a large amount of blood lipids will be deposited on the blood vessel wall, which will cause the contraction of small arteries, increase peripheral blood vessel resistance, and cause blood pressure to rise suddenly. Accelerates the hardening process of small arteries throughout the body. 7. Dinner and atherosclerosis and coronary heart disease. The dinner diet, if it is biased toward high fat and high calories, it can cause cholesterol to increase and build up on the arterial wall, which has become a major cause of atherosclerosis and coronary heart disease. Another main cause of atherosclerosis is calcium substance deposited in the vessel wall. Therefore, supper, good food, full meals, and late dinner are all one of the main causes of cardiovascular disease. 8. Dinner and fatty liver. If you eat too well and eat too much at dinner, the concentration of blood sugar and fatty acids will accelerate the synthesis of fat, coupled with a small amount of evening activity, will also accelerate the conversion of fat, which is very easy to form fatty liver. 9. Dinner and acute pancreatitis. Overeating at dinner, coupled with drinking, can easily induce acute pancreatitis, and severely ill patients even shock and suddenly die during sleep. 10. Dinner and Alzheimer's. If you eat too much for a long dinner, the gastrointestinal and nearby liver, gallbladder, pancreas and other organs are still working during sleep, so that the brain cannot rest, and the blood supply to the brain is insufficient, which will affect the normal metabolism of brain cells. Accelerates brain cell aging. According to statistics, gourmets who are often full of food during their young age have a 20% chance of developing Alzheimer's disease after old age. 11. Dinner and sleep quality. The supper and full meals of dinner will inevitably cause the stomach, intestines, liver, gallbladder, pancreas and other organs to continue to work and transmit information to the brain during sleep, so that the brain is always in an excited state, which causes more dreams and insomnia. In the long term, it can cause diseases such as neurasthenia. Nowadays, most people have time to enjoy a meal in the evening, and dinner is usually the most abundant. 5. Unhealthy dinners. 1. Too much processed meat. Roasted meat is the protagonist of many carnivore dinner tables. However, eating too much red sausage and roasted meat for dinner is not only poor in nutrition but also affects digestion. In addition, eating meat at dinner and insufficient vegetables can easily lead to obesity and even increase the risk of breast cancer and colorectal cancer. Therefore, dinner should be far away from barbecue. Try to use simmering, cooking, stewing and other methods with less oil and less salt. 2. Drinking too much. Alcohol can cause the nervous system of the body from excitement to a high degree of depression, and in severe cases can also damage the normal function of the nervous system. Although the concentration of beer is lower than that of white wine, after entering the stomach, it can reduce the secretion of prostaglandin E in the stomach wall, causing hyperemia and edema of the gastric mucosa, loss of appetite and fullness in the upper abdomen. Liquor beer is even more terrible to drink. It will accelerate the penetration of alcohol in the liquor, and damage the liver, stomach, intestines, kidneys and other organs. Some people will not get drunk after dinner, and it is very easy to have an accident in their sleep. 3. Don't eat dinner. In the weight loss circle, the no eat after no eat method is very popular. Such a diet not only fails to lose weight, but also damages health. The emptying time of food in the stomach is about 4 to 6 hours. After emptying, the stomach will continue to secrete gastric acid. If there is no food to neutralize, gastric acid will erode the gastric mucosa for a long time. Especially because people at work consume a lot of energy, skipping dinner will keep the nerves excited all the time and not get a normal rest, which will affect the work and study efficiency the next day. 4. Too spicy. There are two major disadvantages of eating spicy food for dinner. First, peppers, peppercorns, peppers, garlic, ginger, and other ingredients have great damage to the stomach and intestines. The other is that stimulating traits such as capsaicin contained in pepper will stimulate the tip of the tongue of the human body, thereby stimulating the central nervous system of the brain and nerve endings in various parts of the body, resulting in faster heartbeat, increased body temperature and a longer period of excitement, leading to late sleep and sleep the quality is not high. Therefore, spicy food is a minefield for dinner, and it is even more prohibited for people suffering from stomatitis, pharyngitis, bronchitis, peptic ulcer, gastroenteritis, cholecystitis, chronic pancreatitis, and hypertension. 5. Desserts make the waist thicker. Desserts are mostly high sugar or high starch, high fat foods such as cookies, cheesecakes, and chocolate biscuits. Excessive intake of sugar or fat at night, but the amount of exercise is greatly reduced compared to daytime, which is likely to cause obesity. Metabolism of refined sugars in the body will consume vitamins and minerals, and regular consumption of refined sugars will cause nutritional problems such as vitamin, calcium and potassium deficiency. How to make a healthy dinner. First, I'm full for dinner. Fullness should be a feeling that the stomach has not been full, but the enthusiasm for food has decreased, and the rate of active eating has slowed down significantly, but habitually wants to eat more. When you are already full, you should put down your knife and fork in time. Use smaller plates and rice bowls for dinner to help control your meal volume. Don't eat while watching TV. Second, light dinner. Many office workers do not have time to eat well during the day, and would like to eat more to make up for dinner, which is more harmful to health. Porridge and side dishes are good dinner options. You can also eat meat in small quantities, but fish and lean meat are preferred. Third, pay attention to nutrition for dinner. Dinner is a good time to find the gap for a day of nutrition. For example, if you don't eat coarse grains for breakfast and lunch, you can steam some sweet potatoes, pumpkins, or a bowl of multi-grain porridge in the evening. Fourth, don't be too late for dinner. According to modern people's work and rest time, it is more appropriate to eat dinner at 5 to 7 o'clock in the evening, and try to keep eating regularly every day. If you eat too late for dinner, it will increase the burden of digestion and affect the quality of sleep. If office workers need to work overtime, it is best to eat first and then work overtime. Fifth, it's best to have less dinner. People are accustomed to entertaining at night. If they can't push it away, they can put a little bit on their plate when they are serving, and they don't put any more food after eating.